loose crimp connector on a neutral line in a residential electrical service presents several hazards. The consequences of such a failure can be severe, including arcing and overheating, which can lead to electrical fires or explosions. Power outages can also occur, potentially damaging electrical equipment. Furthermore, exposed conductors pose an electrical shock hazard to personnel. System instability and nuisance tripping of circuit breakers are additional concerns. The primary cause is an improperly crimped connector, which allows the load side to slip out. Potential contributing factors include improper tool use, worn tools, or poor quality connectors. Mitigation strategies are crucial to prevent these hazards. Firstly, carefully crimp connectors using the correct tools and materials. Secondly, inspect crimps thoroughly before energizing the circuit. Thirdly, use caution when working with electrical systems and always follow safety protocols. Fourthly, consider using antioxidant paste to prevent corrosion. Fifthly, regularly maintain and inspect electrical systems to identify and rectify potential hazards. Several additional considerations are important. The fact that the panel is a fire-prone electrical device, often referred to as FP, adds further risk to this situation. FP panels are known to have a higher incidence of electrical fires. It is crucial to have FP panels inspected and replaced as necessary to mitigate potential hazards. When performing electrical work, always ensure the power is disconnected at the source. Verify the absence of voltage using a reliable voltage tester before touching any wires or components. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including insulated gloves and eye protection. Use tools that are specifically designed for electrical work and are in good working condition. Never bypass safety devices or overload circuits. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. Proper crimping techniques are essential for creating reliable and safe electrical connections. Always use a crimping tool that is compatible with the type and size of connector being used. Ensure that the wires are properly stripped to the correct length before inserting them into the connector. Apply firm and even pressure when crimping to create a secure mechanical and electrical connection. After crimping, inspect the connection to ensure that the wires are securely held in place and that there are no loose strands. A properly crimped connection should be able to withstand significant pulling force without coming apart. Antioxidant paste, also known as joint compound, can help to prevent corrosion in electrical connections. Corrosion can increase resistance and lead to overheating, which can ultimately cause the connection to fail. Apply a thin layer of antioxidant paste to the wires before inserting them into the connector to help prevent corrosion. When selecting electrical connectors, choose high-quality connectors that are designed for the specific application. Avoid using connectors that are damaged or corroded. Ensure that the connectors are properly sized for the wires being used. Using the wrong size connector can result in a loose or unreliable connection. Regularly inspect electrical systems for signs of damage or wear. Look for cracked or damaged insulation, loose connections, and signs of overheating. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician as soon as possible. When working with electrical panels, be aware of the potential hazards. Electrical panels contain live electrical components that can cause serious injury or death if touched. Never open an electrical panel unless you are qualified to do so. Always follow safety protocols when working with electrical panels, including wearing appropriate personal protective equipment and using insulated tools. FP panels are a known safety hazard and should be replaced as soon as possible. If you have an FP panel in your home, contact a qualified electrician to have it inspected and replaced. Replacing an FP panel can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires. When replacing an electrical panel, choose a panel that is appropriately sized for the electrical load of the home. Ensure that the panel is installed by a qualified electrician and that all connections are properly made. After the panel is installed, have it inspected by a local electrical inspector to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and standards. Regularly test ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, to ensure that they are working properly. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock by quickly interrupting the circuit if a ground fault is detected. Test GFCIs monthly by pressing the test button and verifying that the reset button pops out. If a GFCI does not test properly, have it replaced by a qualified electrician. Use surge protectors to protect electronic equipment from damage caused by power surges. Power surges can damage sensitive electronic components and can even cause fires. Surge protectors can help to absorb excess voltage and prevent it from reaching the equipment. Plug electronic equipment into surge protectors to protect them from damage. Avoid overloading electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and can lead to electrical fires. Do not plug too many appliances or devices into a single circuit. If you are unsure whether a circuit is overloaded, consult a qualified electrician. Use extension cords safely. Extension cords are intended for temporary use only and should not be used as permanent wiring. Do not overload extension cords or run them under rugs or furniture. Inspect extension cords regularly for damage and replace them if necessary. Keep electrical cords away from water. Water can conduct electricity and can cause electrical shock if it comes into contact with live electrical components. Keep electrical cords away from sinks, bathtubs, and other sources of water. Do not use electrical appliances in wet or damp locations. Teach children about electrical safety. Children should be taught not to play with electrical outlets or cords. They should also be taught what to do in case of an electrical emergency. By following these safety tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and fires. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity and never take unnecessary risks. If you are unsure about something, consult a qualified electrician. Firstly, understand the dangers of electricity. Electricity is a powerful force that can cause serious injury or death if not handled properly. Always respect electricity and take precautions to avoid electrical shock. Secondly, identify potential electrical hazards. Look for frayed wires, loose connections, and other signs of damage. Be aware of the location of overhead power lines and underground cables. Thirdly, use the right tools and equipment. Use tools that are specifically designed for electrical work and are in good working condition. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including insulated gloves and eye protection. Fourthly, follow safe work practices. Disconnect power before working on electrical circuits. Verify the absence of voltage using a reliable voltage tester. Work in a well-lit area and keep your work area clean and dry. Fifthly, know what to do in an emergency. If someone is shocked, immediately disconnect the power source. Call emergency services and provide first aid until help arrives. Regularly inspect electrical cords for damage such as fraying or cracking. Replace damaged cords immediately. Avoid using extension cords as permanent wiring. If you need additional outlets, have them installed by a qualified electrician. Keep electrical outlets covered when not in use, especially if you have young children. Use tamper-resistant outlets to prevent children from inserting objects into the outlets. Be careful when using electrical appliances near water. Never use electrical appliances in the bathtub or shower. If an electrical appliance falls into water, do not reach for it. Disconnect the power source first. Have your electrical system inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. An electrical inspection can identify potential hazards and ensure that your electrical system is operating safely. When working on electrical projects, obtain the necessary permits and follow all applicable codes and regulations. This will help to ensure that your work is done safely and correctly. Consider taking an electrical safety course. An electrical safety course can teach you about the hazards of electricity and how to work safely with electrical systems. When in doubt, consult a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician can provide expert advice and assistance with any electrical project. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these safety tips, you can help to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Always stay vigilant and be aware of your surroundings when working with or around electricity. The consequences of electrical accidents can be devastating, so it is important to take all necessary precautions. By prioritizing safety, you can help to prevent electrical injuries and fatalities.